Welcome back to the channel, guys. My name's Andy R and this is the Brotherhood of Men. So today, new haircut, new day, new video for you guys. And for me, a whole new year just started. Yes, that's right, I've just had a birthday and I'm now 57. I know what you're thinking. I know what you're thinking. You don't need to tell me. I know. I don't look a day over 56 and 52 weeks. Anyway, today's video, what's it all about? Well, I got a comment on one of my videos, and I'm going to read it out to you so that I don't misspeak the commenter who suggested this video, and I thought it was a really good subject to cover. Excuse me. It's from M. Hello, brother. I hope you're doing well. This is the subject you asked for. He says, personally, I enjoy your videos and the detail you give. Well, thanks, brother. That means a lot to me. You subscribers out there, you guys who join this channel, who are enjoying this content, that's exactly why I make these videos. He writes, make a video about how women play different personality cards to get what they want. Now, I thought that was a really good subject because women do wear many different masks to try and manipulate men to get what they want. Oh, by the way, if you can hear pops and bangs going off in this video, no, I don't live in a war zone. This is fireworks night. That's right, it's the 5th of November. And if you don't know what fireworks night is, it's celebrating Guy Fawkes, who tried unsuccessfully to blow up the Houses of Parliament. It was a Catholic Protestant thing, and he was trying to blow up the Houses of Parliament to prove a point, basically. He got foiled, and ever since we've celebrated that with Guy Fawkes Night, where we build a big bonfire, let off fireworks and sparklers, have jacket potatoes in the bonfire and hot dogs and burgers and all sorts of other things, as well as drink, and we celebrate the fact that he wasn't able to blow up the home, really, of democracy in the Western world, because our democracy has been exported to a lot of the colonised countries that we went to. Anyway, I digress. So if you can hear bangs and pops and that, it's just fireworks going off because it's fireworks now. But of course I would say that living in a war zone, wouldn't I? Anyway, the subject that Edmund M suggested was women who wear very different masks, use different personalities to get what they want. Well, first of all, we all wear different masks. I know I do. If I'm going to meet a client, I'm not using the, hey, Johnny go happy, lucky, joking, let's go for a beer with the lads kind of mask or face, which is kind of my true personality. No, what I use is my business face. I'm there concentrating on what his needs are, or her needs, usually it's a he, what their needs are, what the brief is, what I will need to do to supply what they want, and of course the bottom line, what's my profit margin going to be, and also can I make this happen in a reasonable time frame and in budget, and am I going to make a decent profit from it? Because you never start a business and you never go into business with the idea of losing money. So I've got my business face on, and then when I come home, I haven't got my business face. I'm not all, well, we need to do this and this and this, like, you know, with my woman and with my daughter. No, I've got my family face on. When I go out with my mates, I've got my friend's face on, and we talk about different things. This is what it is. We wear different masks all the time, men and women. However, women, and I'm probably going to call this video something like Women and Their 57 Personalities, because women do have different personalities that they use with men to get certain things from them. They use that resting bee face when they don't want a man to approach them. only when it's a man that they're not attracted to. If they spot a guy that's in the crowd who she thinks, ooh, he's making my coochie tingle, I want to attract him, then comes the flicking of the hair and the batting of the eyes and the girly glances and the, hey, come over and talk to me. Because even then, she still wants him to make, she's the one attracted to him, but she still wants him to make the first move because that makes her feel powerful. Especially if this stud of a man comes over and he talks like this, and she goes, oh my god, you look great, but as soon as you opened your mouth you sound like a muppet. Now, because she's got the power, he approached her, she can use that power and rejected him. Oh no, I don't think so, go away, oh, who are you bothering, oh, you haven't got a chance. And it makes her feel great. So her girlfriends who are with her, who goes, oh, why did you reject him? Oh, he wasn't good enough. Like, she can feel like the top of the world. She can boost her ego. Of course, if he comes over and he's got that deep, sexy voice that she's hoping he has to go with the tall, dark and handsome or whatever it is that she's attracted to, then all of a sudden, coochie tingle on overload, and now we've got a flood. Okay, it's game on. I hope he's got something between his ears. He can hold a conversation, because if he has, he's got the trifecta of what I want, and I'm taking him to bed. But all the time, she's making him still do the work, because she used one of her 57,000 personalities to attract him, which was the flirty one, the glances, the smile, the flick of the hair, the, oh, I'm so feminine, because she sees him as a dominant man. And that's what women want. They want a strong man. And when you've got a strong man, they can then be feminine. Outside of that, wearing that mask to attract him, she's probably extremely masculine in her, which a lot of modern women are nowadays, extremely masculine in their outlook. They've been led the lie by feminism, by woke brigade, by, if they've gone to university, it's been drummed into them, you're as good as a man, you're as good as a man, you should be more like a man, you blah, 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 blah. At the same time, telling them men are trash, men are rubbish, men are responsible for everything that's ever gone wrong in the world. All of this has been drummed into them, and yet they still want a man. They've been told that men are trash, men are rubbish. So many women are saying when the relationship breaks up, oh, all men are trash, all men are rubbish, all men aren't worth the effort, yet are still desperate to get one. So they have to switch personalities, and they switch them all the time. You get into a relationship with a woman, and she'll use some of those personalities. Excuse me, I misspoke. Some of those personalities to get their way in the relationship, because they know they're not as physically strong as you, or usually not, and they know that the best way to get something out of you is to make you believe that it was your idea in the first place. So they'll use one of those personalities, the little girly voice. Oh, I'd really like it if you did that, Daddy. That creepy little girly voice that they think that we're attracted to. I'm sorry, some guys might be, but I find that a real turn off. But if that doesn't work, flick to another personality, the strong. Hey, I want to be dominant in the bedroom tonight, and you're gonna love it. Whatever it is, they will literally slip from one to the other. But there is always their true underlying personality. That mask that doesn't come off, that can't be taken off and put on at will. They might be super confident in their work, in their working environment. They might be absolutely the person you turn to for advice about the job, but not the person you ask for advice about relationships, because she's probably got many failed ones behind her. All of those will be, of course, people she chose. So she switches between these personalities in the deliberate use of getting you to come on board with what she wants. That's what women do. It's a powerful tool in the female lexicon, in the female toolbox of getting your own way. Just like all of a sudden things didn't work out right, I slip into the personality of a victim because society's told me being a woman, I can use victimhood as a brilliant way of, again, getting what I want. I want sympathy. I want people to rally around me. I want those white knights out there to come charging up to be my defenders. And so I've got another pool of guys that I can pick from. None of the time in any of this are they actually taking responsibility and accountability of their behaviour. It's always somebody else's fault, and usually a man's. It's always the blame can be left at somebody else's door. It's never going to dirty their doorway. But the truth is, women are starting to wake up and realise that these personalities, these masks they're wearing to get their own way, only get their own way up to a point. Because men have decided that, you know what, we're getting a raw deal. We're getting the rubbish end. The proper phrase is you get the shitty end of the stick. And that phrase, just as a little aside, but here, every day's a school day, and if you learn something new, then it's not a wasted day. So here's the lesson for today. That phrase, getting the shitty end of the stick, goes back to ancient Rome. They used to have public toilets. They were benches made out of stone with holes cut in them that you could sit down and take a dump. And in front of you was a trough of running water that was diverted by culvert to the, so it was fresh running water from the river, ran round this trough in front of these seating parts, and in it was a stick, and on the end of the stick was a sponge, obviously a natural sponge, not the artificial ones we can get now, but a natural sponge. And that's what they used as their toilet paper. The stick was in the water, so it was constantly being washed and cleaned. They'd take it up, give it a shake, clean their backside, put it back in the water. Now, if the guy next to you said, "Oh, can I have the stick after you?" and you passed it to him instead of handle first, like you would pass a knife to somebody, you passed it to him the rubbish end, and without him looking, he grabbed hold of it. He got the shitty end of the stick, or the wrong end of the stick. And that's where that phrase comes from. I hope you got something from that. I hope you got a little giggle and a bit of a gross out with, ugh, imagine that. But at the same time, you now know where that phrase comes from. Anyway, back to the subject. So women use these personalities, but because men are changing, we're starting to catch up with the game. We're starting to realise that we're getting a raw deal. We're getting a raw deal. One, marriage rates are going down, and rightly so, because there is no reason. I've done a video on that, and you've already seen it probably. If not, go and give it a watch. It's well worth the watch. There's no reason for a man on any logical sense to get married nowadays, and women still want to be married. So they realise they're going to have to try and change their game if they're going to get a man down the aisle. Men are walking away from it. Men are walking away from relationships, full stop, for the simple reason that we don't want to have to deal with your 57,000 personalities. You're quite literally showing us something that's schizo. And the other thing is although you may wear all of these different masks, use all of these different personalities to try and get your way, at some point you're going to let your guard down, and that mask's going to slip, and we're going to see the real you. And that's when the red flags start flying. Sometimes more red flags than a Communist Party referendum. But we get those alarm bells going off, going, "Was that her real?" She'll quickly put on, "Oh, I was just joking." "Oh no, it was it." Or, "Oh, ignore that." Quickly put a different mask on. It doesn't matter which one. Put another one on. Cover up the fact that it slipped and a real personality came through. And the real personality of a lot of these modern women is not good. It's just not good. And we men know this. We men see it. We see it in the workplace. We see it in education, and have experienced it in education. We see it in our group of friends with their relationships. We see it happening and think to ourselves, you know what, I don't want that. I want a peaceful life, so I'm just going to walk away. I'm going full MGTOW. I've took the red pill. I can see what's going on. Anyway, thank you for Emmett M for his great subject suggestion. I thought that this was a video that was worth making, and I hope you guys got something from it, and I hope you think that I did it justice. If you did, please leave it in the comments down below. And also, if you have the idea of a subject, then leave it in the comments down below, because although I have my own ideas for videos, and I think, you know, looking at the track record and how the channel's growing, and by the way, you new subscribers, thank you very much. Thank you for showing your support to me. Thank you for showing a little bit of faith in your brother Andy here, who you getting something from these videos, and you're enjoying the content. Like he said, he enjoys the videos. That's great. I make these for you men out there to get something from them. If nothing else from this video, at least you found out where a phrase got its name from, you know, where it originated from. So I make these videos for you guys, and although I've got my own ideas on subjects, if there's something that you think the brothers would enjoy the subject, if you think there's something, an opinion you want from me, leave it in the comments down below. On your way up from the comments, if you're not already subscribed, and I know most of you watching this video are not already subscribed. My analytics show me that over 70% of the viewers are not subscribed. Why not? What are you waiting for? The Brotherhood is a lovely welcoming place. I welcome you, and my brothers say, come on in, be a brother. So come on in, be a brother. Hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to hit the bell notification, because that way you won't miss out on future content. And I do have great future content coming out that you don't want to miss out on. Anyway, I'm going for a cup of tea because I think I've earned one. And I'm not going to get the messy end of the stick. You people out there, you guys, you take care of yourself, because if you don't, who will? Bye now.